Hello friends, good morning to all of you. In today's lecture, we are going to study about direct current and alternating current. Direct current or DC or alternating current or AC. Okay, so before we start, I would like to request one and all to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell icon to receive the future notification. Okay, so DC and AC, this is part of the chapter magnetic effect of current given in NCERT science book for class 10th. So we will start with direct current. So what do you mean by direct current? So direct current is a current that travels only in one direction. Means there is no change in direction of the current with time. Okay, so it travels in one direction. So where we are using DC, we are using DC in our home in batteries. Which batteries? Whether it is your transistor battery or it is your remote battery or it is your torch battery. We are going to use direct current. Direct current is also known as galvanic current. Okay, as the name suggests, it is used in galvanic cells. Okay, so now what do you mean by direction? Directions means directions of the flow of electron. So electron flows only in one direction in DC. Okay, so where DC is used? DC is also used in solar panel. DC is also used in charging of the batteries, and DC is also used in aircraft panels. Okay, so now why DC is not used at home? When DC was invented by Thomas Edison, it was having a huge limitation that DC generator need to be within 0.5 mile area from where it has to be used. This problem was later addressed by none other than Nikola Tesla, which allowed AC to travel over long distances without so much transmission losses. Okay, so DC is not be able to use at home. Why it cannot travel over long distances and transmission losses are very high. Okay, so now we are going to talk about AC. AC stands for alternating current. AC current is a current that changes its direction with time. Okay, so there are two terminals of the battery, positive high terminal and low terminal. Okay, so locally the high terminal and the low terminal, which are locally periodically switch locally periodically, then current is called AC, and AC flows in both the directions. Okay, so suppose we are having at home 50 hertz AC power supply. That means there will be 50 times current flowing in one direction and 50 times current will be flowing in another direction. Okay, let's try to understand DC and AC with the help of illustrated diagram. So in the above diagram we are seeing direct current. There is one battery connected. So in this, current is flowing only in one direction. Okay, current is flowing only in one direction, and this is the symbol for DC, and this is the symbol for AC. So in AC, current is flowing in both the directions. Okay, so actually how does AC waveform looks like? So AC's waveform is sinusoidal in nature. It is a sine wave or cos wave. So actually we are having cycles. One cycle is the distance between two crusts or two thaws. Okay, so and direct current is a line parallel to time axis. The current is line parallel to time axis. So in AC we are having one cycle. Suppose we are telling that in our home AC power supply is 220 volt and 50 hertz. So 50 hertz means there will be 50 cycles. 50 cycles means polarity of in one cycle, polarity of the current changes two times. Once it will travel forward and once it will travel backward. That means in 1 second 50 hertz means 50 times current is flowing in the forward direction and 50 times current is flowing in the backward direction. As such, we are using many AC devices like bulb in the home. So bulb 50 times it is switching its current direction. So we are not able to feel that, but it is happening. That is AC and DC. So now somebody may ask, what are the advantages of AC over DC? So actually, when DC was invented by Thomas Edison in 1880s, so what was the problem with it? The DC generator has to be within 0.5 miles of the place where it has to be used. Okay, AC overcame its problem, and AC could travel over long distances, okay, without any problem. Okay, and AC, when Nikola Tesla, the founder of AC, projected AC as a competitor of DC, it was provided at 1/3 the cost of DC. AC was provided at 1/3 the cost of DC. Also, DC supply was provided at different rates for home and for factories. On the other hand, AC was provided at the uniform rate that was 1/3 the cost of DC. Okay, other advantage of AC over DC is that AC can be easily step up and step down to produce varying voltage level. That means when we are going to transmit AC over long distances, we may need to increase the voltage, that is called as stepping up, and we may need to decrease the voltage, that is called as stepping down. So stepping down and stepping up is possible for AC, but DC is provided at one voltage level only. Also, AC generators are more efficient than DC generator. How they are more efficient? Due to their functioning. Okay. Also, in DC, transmission efficiency is not as high as it is in AC. So AC is having higher transmission efficiency than DC. These are the advantages of AC over DC. But there are some disadvantages also. So you know that Thomas Edison, in order to derive AC and to project the supremacy of DC over AC, in 1890 decided to use AC in the first electric chair used. In fact, he used 1000 volt AC to electrocute a person. In fact, first case of killing by electricity. First case of official killing by electricity. Okay, so in fact, AC is more dangerous than DC. When AC is more dangerous than DC at high voltages. Also, for the processes like electroplating and electro-refining, AC cannot be used. What is electroplating? Electroplating is the process of depositing one metal over other metal. Electro-refining is removal of impurity from metals. In both the cases, AC cannot be used. Also, third disadvantage of AC over DC is that shock of the AC is attractive, whereas shock of the DC is repulsive. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. See you soon in our next video. Thank you.